Good morning and buongiorno, Rossoneri. Buongiorno. I hope you're all well, guys. I hope you are all well. Welcome to this Igyrossonero episode coming to you. We're talking all things Milan. I hope you're all well. And for those of you who keep viewing, liking the videos, and of course subscribing, keep it coming, guys. I really love the support and really want to get this channel where I talk all things Milan going. But guys, look, on the back of that disastrous refereeing for Milan Chelsea and what followed, and obviously the bad voting that referee got, I got a feeling we won't be seeing him in Milan anytime sooner. Maldini spoke of Leao's contract, and also he spoke a little bit like comparing the budget that Chelsea have comparing to Milan. But look, let's quickly read this article from Football Italia. It says this. Let me just quickly get it up for you guys. Milan director Paolo Maldini hopes to get Rafael Leao locked down to a new contract by November the 12th. But reminds people of budgetary differences. Chelsea spent more on a reserve left back than we did all year. Maldini goes on to say, I expect what I always expect from Milan, a courageous team. Maldini told Medici Infinity on Sky Sports Italia. This was obviously before the game, before the Milan-Chelsea game. He spoke of it. Obviously, a lot of it was missed and very little was reported on what he said, because obviously what happened in the match and the refereeing and the sending off to Tomori took over, and this kind of went in the background. So I thought now probably, giving it a day or two after the game where things calmed down a little bit and the focus returns to Serie A, I thought this was a good time to bring this up. Maldini goes on to say, our performances at home tend to be different to those on our travels. Let's also not forget the quality of our opponents, who are, after all, the reigning Club World Cup holders. Chelsea spent more on their reserve left-back, Cucurella, than we spent in a whole year on the transfer market. What is clear is that our performance must be different to the one we saw in London. There have been some tactical adjustments and we lacked the determination in the opening stages, so that was a lesson. A lesson, of course, that we wasn't able to put into practice because you know who ruined it for us. The difference in budget is also why Chelsea and now Paris Saint-Germain have been heavily linked with a swoop for Milan star Rafael Leao, who is negotiating a new contract with the Rossoneri. It's true that clubs can chat, but we have not had any approaches after the transfer window closed. Now Rafa has to concentrate on the season and is doing it very well. We'd like to have the contract sorted out before the World Cup. In fact, we had hoped to get it done 6 months ago, but we need the right conditions. Our idea is to get it done before November the 12th. Then we'll see what happens. He also goes on to say, this is the third year of a process. We started at zero experience in Europe and many things were new to us. We have always played well in Serie A this season and did not deserve to lose to Napoli. But in my view, there's a difference in mentality this year compared to previous seasons. Yeah, he goes on to speak a little bit of the match. But yeah, it's interesting to know that that they wanted to get it done 6 months ago and they haven't yet been able to do it. That there was an issue, obviously, with the money owed to his previous Sporting Lisbon, I believe it was, and they were owed something like 12 million, which after a court hearing is now said that it's not just Leao that he owes that 12 million to his to the Sporting, but it is split into 3 ways. It will be split between himself, his agent, and Lille, which was the club that actually took Leao from Sporting. So one thing is Leao owing 12 million to his previous club Sporting, and there's another deal where, split 3 ways, he only has to give them 4 million. So it's a massive turning point in regarding that long-standing agenda that's been going on for a little while now. And maybe that is indeed the reason as to why he hasn't signed a new contract, because I think there was discussions that Leao wanted Milan to take over, to take on that 12 million to pay the 12 million to his previous club, and perhaps work out a deal where he signed a new contract where he'd pay some of it back. Maybe. Listen, I'm speculating here, But now that that is over, and the 12 million owed to Sporting has to be split in 3 ways by the people I just mentioned, perhaps now that will facilitate new contract negotiations that are ongoing with Milan. It'll be interesting to see, what is it now? What is just under a month, the date established by Maldini, 12th of November, just under a month, sorry. Let's hope that this saga ends in the way that we want, and Rafael Leao signs a new contract. Milan is definitely the place for him to be. I think he lacks that step to take his football to the next level. He, in the Champions League, hasn't quite got going for him just yet. The big tests have come and he hasn't quite just made a grade. But you know what? He's young, he's talented, and there is definitely time for him to do it. But I honestly believe, and not only say that as a Milan fan, I say this because I genuinely think the place for Rafael Leao to develop and continue to develop in the quickness that he's doing so, Milan is the club and place for him to be. Then in years to come, we will see in that respect. Guys, let me know what you think about the situation, the contractual situation of Rafael Leao. Will he sign for Milan? Do you believe it will get done before the 12th of November? Or are we resigned to yet again be in a situation where perhaps it will go towards the same way as it did with Donnarumma, with Çalhanoğlu and with Kessie? Let me know your thoughts below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Again, if you've just joined on board, thank you for your support. And we will keep improving the channel as we mean to go along. Big up yourselves, have a wonderful day, and Forza Milan always. Ciao!